Hello, Hathorians, and welcome to another episode of Nano Insights. Today, we're joined by Jan, and we have a special demo. Before I start, Jan, how are you doing today?
Very, very good. And you?
Yeah, very good as well. Excited actually. We're actually gonna do a demo. So just to give you guys some background, this nano contracts demo was first debuted at Blockchain Rio last week, and a few of you have seen it in person and are pretty excited about it. Some of you even saw it before me, but we've seen it on videos from iPhones and stuff on the community, and we need something concrete. We need something on the screen and something explained in detail. So today, Jan's kindly taking some time out to walk us through a betting nano contract, and him and I are gonna battle it out and see who wins. And yeah, we'll go from there. So yeah,
Yeah, exciting. So, just some context about it. This is a demo that we did for the betting on a contract. So, we created a dapp, a distributed application that kind of walks through the user in creating a bet and then placing bets and setting results, withdrawing gains, because our idea is that each nano contract, each blueprint is different and it's going to have a different user experience, a different user interface. So this one is like an interface which is specific um, for the betting blueprint. For the liquidity pool, you have the usual, let's say, DAX interface. Those are protocols already creating. We've seen a lot of the other screenshots. It looks amazing. So yeah, this is just let's say a quick one that we put together so people can experience it and see how easy it is to create contracts and see kind of how everything fits together. And also, it shows how Wallet Connect is going to be used. So the idea is that the dApps are going to be able to connect to their wallets using Wallet Connect. So the dApp, they don't have access to the private key. Everything stays on the wallet, but the dApp can send kind of transactions for the wallet to review and sign. So
sure,
this actually creates a very good user experience.
definitely, definitely.
So
And
I'll, yeah.
sorry, just to interject there. So, based on what you're saying is, every blueprint's going to be slightly different. The betting blueprint is specific interface just for betting, but not all nano contracts are going to have the same interface. They're all going to be quite different. Like you said, liquidity pool is going to have a totally different interface as is with betting. And I guess this is quite a raw experience as well. As things develop or use cases build, their experience might be way different, way easier. And I think what we're demoing today is quite a raw experience of a nano contract, a bit detailed.
Yeah, it's raw, but I think people are gonna be happy to see that it's very easy to use. And also, we are using because there are kind of two components here. You have the dapp, which runs on a browser, and you have the wallet that runs. In this case, I'm using the mobile wallet, and it's Hathor Play, which is like an app that we released for the events. In the future, this functionality is going to be integrated into the wallet itself. You just figure out a few, let's say, security, uh, like I wouldn't say concerns, but some stuff related to security when kind of integrating Wallet Connect as well. So that's why
So,
we just launched on a separate app, but in the future, the idea is to have this migrated into the main app. So actually, people are going to see that the app looks very similar.
yeah, no, it looks great. I've had a play on Hathor Play. It looks really nice. But would love to see all these features integrated in one place. And yeah, the DApp looks amazing. And let's share it with the guys and
Yeah,
go.
I'll start sharing my screen here, which also share has my phone. I have my screen here. My phone here. You can see also on the right everything that I do. So basically, this is the D app. As I said, very simple, just a demo. You can create a batch, or you can see all the bets that have been created previously. Um, I'll just go ahead and create a bet. So the title is gonna be "Who Will Win Gold at Men's 100 meters freestyle." I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be today. Um, this description is optional for the Paris Olympics. I forgot to mention that, but you could give a larger description. So Oracle address. This is the first thing that's kind of interesting to explain in more detail. So every bet needs to have a final result, and as we know that the smart contract itself and the blockchain, they don't have the information from the real world. So you need an oracle to input that information. In this case, you need someone to say it. It can be like, usually it's going to be a third party, right? So for the Olympics, let's say you could have like ESPN being the oracle, inputting this information. In here, to make it easy, I'm going to be the oracle. I'm going to set the result in the end. I'll try to be fair. So I have my address here. I'm just going to input this address as the oracle address. Also, when you're creating the bet, you can decide which token is going to be accepted at the bet. So you can have HDR, you can have USDT in the future when we have the bridge, any other token. So in this case, to make it simple, we created a coin which we call event coin, and that's what we're going to be accepting, and the end date. So basically, when is the last time, date and time when you accept that. So in this case, for instance, I don't know what time the competition is. Let's say it's 2 hours from now. So 2 hours from now is the last time that we're gonna accept any bets. In this case, I'm just simplifying. I'm gonna put it a week from now. So, and now I'm just gonna click, and it's gonna show up the pop-up for Wallet Connect. So I'm gonna go on my phone and on the settings, Wallet Connect, add. So I'm going to just add this connection. I'm just going to scan this QR code, and then it's gonna show me, do I approve the connection to this app? I'm just going to go ahead and approve it.
Yeah.
You see that already it's kind of connected and already sent to the wallet a transaction, which is the Nano contract creation. So it pops up on the app. I'm going to review the transaction. I'm going to explain a few things. You can see the blueprint ID. You see the blueprint name and the blueprint method. So this is initialize method, which is being called because we're creating this Nano contract. So the argument list is going to be, the oracle address that I just passed. You can see it's the same. The token here is the token ID, the EVC, the event coin, and the last bet is the date that I just explained. So I'm just going to accept this transaction, and it's going to sign. My wallet's going to sign and propagate it. And once it does, okay, it sees that okay, this transaction was propagated, and at the dapp, it already detects and already sends me to this Nano contract stream. So a few information here. You can see kind of the title that I gave, the description. The result here should be defined because obviously we didn't set any results. The Oracle hasn't set any results. The time of the last bet here, and the Oracle address. This is just information. You can see the Nano contract ID. And on the bottom here to the left, you have a few actions that you can perform. You can place a bet, you can set results. You have withdraw your gains, which is disabled since I don't have any gains for now in the case of the Explorer. I'll come back to it in a second. Set result, this one is also it's active here because I'm the Oracle, so the dapp already detects that my wallet is the one that has the address, which is the Oracle's. So I have this button enabled if any other wallet is going to be disabled, like withdraw your gains. To the right here, total bets. We haven't had any bets yet, so the history is also going to be empty. I'm going to go ahead and open the Explorer. So you're going to be able to see a couple of things working on the blockchain. This is the Nano contract creation transaction. So you can see that the arguments here are the ones that I just passed. The Oracle script here is the basically the Oracle address is just represented as hexadecimal. Token UID is the event coin that I just passed, and the date of the last bet is that date, but it's also in epoch time, computer representation for date time. The parents, there are no inputs or outputs because just created it. I'm not depositing or removing any funds from it. Let's see what else I can talk about here. I want to go to the Nano contract ID. This is the Nano contract itself. That one was the Nano contract creation transaction. This is the Nano contract itself. You can see all the attributes and the value set for them. Final result is not set, so it's empty. Total, there are no bets yet, so this value is 0. The date of last bet, all the other attributes that we've seen. And for history, we just have one transaction here. I'll come back to this later when we have some more transactions. Now what I'm going to do is I want to place a bet. So
So yeah,
I'll go ahead.
place.
Yeah.
Sorry, just before you place,
What?
I've just been playing around here just to give some context on what I'm doing. So I'm actually going to be placing one with you, right? So you're going
Yeah.
to place one today, and then I'm going to be placing mine, and then you're going to determine on screen who wins, and then go from there. So I've actually got Hathor Play on my phone, and I've got the dapp open as well. So what you're doing now, I'll also be doing as your rival, and today you and I
Yeah.
are both in friends. And yeah, so I guess yeah, you go ahead. I'm now ready from my side.
Yeah, so you have the app open. You probably connected, your wallet there as well, where you can connect your wallet. It's completely independent, obviously. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a bet. So I'm gonna say the result, who's gonna win. Obviously, I'm gonna say Brazil, and I'm gonna say I'm betting 100 event points that Brazil is gonna win. And now I'm gonna click place bet. It's gonna show up here on my phone. Uh, Sorry, it's just stopped recording the screen just very quickly. Share it again. Okay, review the transaction and see that is the blueprint again, but now it's calling the method bat. So the first time it was initialized, now it's calling the blueprint bat. It's depositing 100, which is I bet 100 EVC. And the argument list is basically the address is my address, and then the score is Brazil because I'm betting Brazil. So I'm gonna accept this transaction.
Actually, I went while you were accepting and going through that, I placed my bet, so we should be able to see
Oh,
um, England is going to
okay,
be.
interesting. Yeah, so you see that the DApp it already recognizes that the transaction was sent to the blockchain. It shows here. Then I go back and go to contract. Yeah, so I already see that you know someone else you placed the bet for England,
Yeah,
and I placed a bet for Brazil here.
sure.
Uh, we can still place bets. I could place another bet for either Brazil again or some other country. So and after that, what's going to happen is, okay, everyone plays their bets, and now the Oracle sets the result. So, right, so I'm the Oracle. I'm going to go ahead and set the result. Actually, let me first show the Explorer
Yeah,
again.
actually,
I'm going to refresh here.
also on your
Yeah, go ahead.
dapp it says you're the one able to set the result, whereas I'm looking at my dapp and it's grayed out. So I was
Yeah, this
only there to
this button is
bet.
going to be disabled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So coming back to the Nano contract transaction here. Again, this is the first screen. Oh, sorry, that first transaction that we saw, and now we uh, we should have two more transactions. Let's see. Yeah. So first your bet, you placed it before me. The score England, and after that, it's gonna be the one for Brazil, which I placed Brazil.
Yep,
Um,
yep,
right here. And now I'm the Oracle. I'm gonna set the result. So I'm gonna come here, set result. Unfortunately for you, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Brazil because I'm sharing the screen and I want to show people the experience of withdrawing the result. So I'm gonna set myself as the winner so I can see it. Sorry about that.
England never win.
So I'm just gonna no, you do. So I'm gonna add in Brazil as a result,
Hmm.
and it shows up on my mobile. So here I'm gonna, as the Oracle, first I'm just gonna sign the data Brazil, and later I have to propagate this transaction. The idea here, they are separate because you could have someone sign the data and then someone else call the method on the blueprint. So you see that this is the transaction to set result, which is one of the methods for the Nano contract. So it's going to be sending the transaction. Okay, it's sent. And now you see the dapp already identified it. Go to contract. A few things differently. I cannot place a bet anymore because the result is already set here, Brazil. Set result is also disabled, and now withdraw your gains. It's enabled because yeah, I'm the winner. On your screen, if you refresh it, you cannot see withdraw your gains also, and also all these three buttons are going to be disabled. So uh, I'll go ahead and withdraw my gains. You can always choose to kind of withdraw it partially. I don't think it makes sense. And in this dapp, we're kind of making everyone just withdraw 100%. So I'm going to go ahead and withdraw, and it's going to show up here on my app to review transaction details. I'm going to see, I'm calling the withdraw method with withdrawing 200 to my address. So I'm just going to accept it.
100.
Uh, Yeah, I'm withdrawing my original 100 and your 100. So go back to the contract and you can see that withdraw your gains is already also disabled
So,
because now I cannot do it anymore. The history here, it
yep.
shows, the withdraw. And yeah, actually, I want to show here on my app something that is the history. You see that originally, I sent 100 tokens through the Nano contract, and then I received 200 tokens because that was my bet that I placed, and then I'm withdrawing my gains. And the other thing, if you go to the Nano contract screen,
Yep.
um, this is the you can see the full history for all Nano contracts. This is the Nano contract that we just created. So I initialized it. You can see that it's marked as from my wallet. You placed the bet. I placed the bet also from my wallet. I set result from my wallet, and I withdrew the transaction. So can also kind of see the some information about this Nano contract, each Nano contract. But the idea is that each blueprint is going to be different. It's going to have their own UX. Even for the same blueprint, you can have different websites, like different dapps with different experiences. You could have someone with a betting blueprint, which has a kind of different user interface and user experience than this one. This is just something that we created very quickly for Blockchain Rio. But yeah, you could have very different one, even for the same, nano contract or blueprint. And the blueprint is guiding you through on how to, use the nano contract. And on your phone, obviously, you're just confirming the transaction because it would be very hard. It wouldn't be very a good user experience if you try to do everything on the phone. Since we're going to have, multiple blueprints in the future, you cannot have a very unique experience for each one of them on the mobile app directly on the mobile wallet. So it's kind of up to the creators of each service, let's say for those are protocol for them to create their own, let's say, app or their own dapp, which is going to be guiding you through it, and then on Hathor Wallet you just confirm it. So that's kind of the idea on how everything plays out and fits together.
Awesome. It seems a bit like not saying it seems pretty fast. It's done, we've opened this up. You've placed a bet. I've placed a bet. You're the winner. Like it was as simple as that within a few minutes. So yeah, amazing.
Yeah, the idea is kind of removing again all the complexity. You already have this blueprint on the network, so anyone wants to create it. You don't have the complexity of even if you get like on other EVM chains, you say, okay, you already have some smart contract that I can use as template. It's not as simple, it's, how do I deploy it actually? How do I configure the parameters? So the idea is that it's going to be very easy to do it on Hathor Wallet. It's very simple. The same idea as, with token creation, we are also porting this experience to smart contract, not just the creation, but also the experience on how to interact with it. And again, remembering that each time you interact with a smart contract, you're making a transaction, and that's why the wallet has to sign it. So we're also benefiting from Hathor's speed and cost, when you're interacting with the Nano contract. So I mean that's also very, I think, benefit that you have by using our Nano contract technology.
Yeah, look, it's like you said, it's very simplified, very easy, cheap, and for something that you guys put together pretty quickly for Blockchain Rio, it was a great experience. I really enjoyed using the dapp, and everything was so quick on the Hathor Play app, and looking forward to seeing all these being integrated into the Hathor wallet and seeing how this develops further, especially with Dozer Protocol's LP blueprint coming out, and more of the blueprints coming in the future, different interfaces, and interested to see how those use cases will end up building on top of the Nano contracts.
Yeah, and just remember everyone that we're constantly improving our nano contract documentation. So, we had the initial blueprint development guide. We already put out a few more pieces of content on nano contracts. So anyone who wants to not just develop them, but understand a bit more how they work, it's on our documentation. I guess we're going to be sharing that soon as well on our channels. So yeah, I think it's already a possibility for anyone who wants to develop their own contracts, their own smart contracts, and their products on top of Hathor using Python, which is very easy. They can already start doing it with Wallet Connect as well. The user experience is great. I think you saw on my I was sharing the screen. Whenever I clicked on the D app, just 1 second or even less, because the screen sharing was a bit laggy, but it was very fast and would show up on the mobile wallet. So the user experience is great by using Wallet Connect as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, unfortunately with the internet connection, but for me, honestly, guys, this is my first time using nano contracts, using Hathor Player. I said to Jan, even once last week, the event was unfolding and some of you guys were playing, I was like, Jan, I'm not going to touch this until we do the demo. And it was very easy, super easy. So I'm really pleased to see it in my hand, nano contracts, and creating a contract, placing a bet, and it's exciting to see what else is to come. But yeah, Jan, thanks for walking us through that. And Jan quickly touched on documentation. There has been developer documentation for nano contracts, but there is a more easier to read documentation for everyone, and that will be published, I believe, tomorrow. But as this video goes out, we'll publish it with it on the community channels and then later on social media as well. So make sure you read through those. But yeah, Jan, I think that wraps up this episode of Nano Insights. Guys, that was the betting blueprint live on the dapp and with two bets being placed by myself and Jan. And this, yeah, Jan was the winner today, clear winner today. But I think the big winner is you guys, because once you guys get to play with this and develop on it, I promise you guys are gonna be happy. So yeah, Jan, any parting words?
I mean, thank you for hosting this. Always a pleasure. And again, just inviting anyone who wants to build on us, send us a message, take a look at their docs. If there's anything that's not clear, talk to us. We are more than happy to help. Looking forward to see what our community is gonna build on top of this amazing technology.
I said this like a couple of episodes ago. I'm tempted to get my feet down and actually see what I could probably build on this. It's also super simple. Literally, I've been saying this at event after event. It's a plug and play smart contract at Varium. It is nano contracts. It's super clean, super cheap, and super quick and easy. So, guys, and any potential use cases out there watching this, please get in touch with us. We'll be happy to speak to you and walk you through nano contracts. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, bye bye.
Cheers.